all. In this video, this is my first video for the YouTube channel, and in this video I am going to solve the how to reverse a linked list. So as you know, in the linked list what we have to given the head, we are given the head of the linked list, that is the one, and we have to reverse the linked list, and then we have to return the new head of the linked list. Like this is the initial linked list, so 1 2 3 4 5, and we have to reverse the linked list, so the 5 will go in the head position, then 4, then 2, then 1. Similarly for this one, 1 is the head and then 2 is the tail. Here 2 is the head and 1 is the tail. And constraint, if we'll check, it's given that the number of nodes in the list, number of nodes that are in the range from 0 to 5000. It means like we can make an answer of the range only from O to n square. We can make the answer of O of n time complexity and as well as of O of n square kind of things. So let's deep dive into the. While solving any question of the linked list, the very first thing you have to do, you have to check if the head is null or not. If the head is equals to null, in those cases simply you have to do nothing, because there is no element in the linked list, so you have to not do anything, and you can write like you can return head, or in this space in place of head you can even write return null kind of thing also. So this is the first condition that you have to write in almost all the questions of the linked list, that if there is no element, just return the head. Now to solve a linked list reverse question, we can solve it using two methods. The very first is by loop method and iterative method we can say, and the second one is obviously our recursion method. So in this video I am going to solve using iterative method. So let's start. First we will make a pointer, that will be the list node star, and we will initialize this to current, and current value we will keep as head. On the head we are making a pointer named current that will point to head. Similarly there will be a pointer named previous that will point to the previous position than the current, and that will be initialized with null. And we will say while current is not equals to null, the case when up to when current is not equals to null means it is not pointing, it is not in the linked list, but it traverses the whole linked list. Until that the loop will run, and each time we will create a successive node that will point to the position next to the current element. So we will say it's current next. And in all these questions what we have to do is like current, so current should point to the previous. Okay, current should point to the previous, and after that the previous should be equals to the current. That's the whole thing that we have to do. So we will say like current next should be equals to previous. Like initially the current next was succeeding, but we have to reverse the direction in which the current is pointing. So we will say current next is pointing towards previous, and we will increase the previous, we will point to the current because we are moving towards the right hand direction, and current we will say it is towards succeed. And when the whole link is transverse, in the last condition the current will be pointing to null, while the previous will be pointing to the last element. So we will say return previous, as simple as that. Now try to run this code. So all test cases got passed. As you can see, the expected answer was this, and the output that came was this. Now try to submit the answer. It got passed. Okay, so coming back to the problem, this was the first method by which we can solve this question, that was the iterative method. There is another method in which we have to solve it using recursion method. So I will tell you that method also. In recursion, as you know, we have to create a function in which there will be a base condition and there will be a call to itself. So for that I will say, like whatever that I will say, like return, I will say the I will keep here, I will make another function private, and obviously uh, uh, this node star, and I will keep the name as reverse capital L, that's it. And I will pass into this the node that is given to us in the question, and that's it. In this condition also, like you can write if head is equals to null, then simply return head आपको कर देना है. This is our base condition that we will get. And for the current condition we will say, like we are keeping to the current thing. So in this thing what we did there, so I will say like head is means the current position that I am keeping. So I can say like list node star, succeeding thing will be there. Okay, so succeeding things will be what? Succeeding will be whatever is the head, that's next is the thing. Next I kept that successor is whatever the head you are passing, its next is the succeeder for me. And previous one thing can also I pass, like I can say like this is list node star previous. These are the two things. In starting, previous will be equals to null. So this is very obvious thing. So I will say, and this I can, instead of head I can say this is the current value, that is obviously the head in the starting. And I can say current next is this thing. And I can say like whatever is the current current next is equals to, I can say previous thing. Current next is the previous thing. And then I can say like what you have to do just return reverse L, and in place of previous I can say current, and in place of current I can say succeeding. So these are the two things that I should keep in mind, I think. So I will say if at any point current is equals to null, so simply you can return current at that condition. Or here I will say return whatever is reverse L is returning. In this null was there, in this head was there, and run this condition. So I think this is not the condition like that I should write, like if at any point current is equals to null. So in this I can say like return just previous thing, whatever was the previous, that thing you can return. Network problem here. So see, all test cases got passed because whenever current is equals to null, so you don't have to return the current, you have to return the previous value than that. So just try to submit this code also, because in some cases test cases used to get passed, but when we try to submit the code it will show like a wrong error or some test cases will be there, so it's also get passed. So I hope you understand the both way, the iterative method and the recursion. Thank you so much for watching the video. Bye bye.